Tudor, Magda will be on the left. You guys got a little preview there. If you didn't get a chance to read the article that we had previewing this, the last 2 times these guys have squared off in major competitions, they've finished within 3 points of each other. On paper, they are very similar.
Judges are in play.
Overall, I would say that Tudor Magda is favored in a short time domain with power output. And if he can get a knockout in the first 2 rounds, I like him. But if it goes to the 4th round, I think Cole can outlast him.
He's going to have to get to the 4th round in order for that to happen.
Judges, are you ready?
That's true, but this sequence
Athletes,
is
are you
a
ready?
difficult one to get 10 reps ahead.
Colorado, are you ready?
Unlike some of the events tomorrow,
It's time to burn it down!
Don't you dare talk over him during his signature movement.
10 seconds.
Both the bar muscle up and the burpee box jump over are slower reps, like movements. The chest bar pull-ups and the box jump overs we'll see tomorrow. So you have to have a plan here, and I'm curious to see how these guys go.
Keep an eye on the monitor,
Tudor gets
ladies
about
and
a
gentlemen.
half-rep lead on the muscle up.
Accurate
It won't matter, but it is a little bit worth noting.
Right
You saw
now,
the
it's a
same
little
thing
back
happen
and forth
between
action
Hopper and
between
Sprague and SoCal.
Tudor
They could
and
just
Cole.
get a rep right out the gate.
Tudor cycling a little bit faster. He gets to the bar
This
first.
is what we're talking about. Here comes Tudor wearing the red shoes like a freaking cannon.
I saw him do some intervals of this yesterday at Phil's garage.
Remember, these are 6 burpee box jump
Very
overs.
deliberate
They do not
movement.
have to jump on the box.
And I
They can
noticed
jump
also that he's got
over the
some
box
tape
if they wanted to.
on his shins. You see that?
I do see the tape on his
Is
shins.
that blood underneath him?
It's fear. He's afraid of what's going to happen to them.
The barbell movement in reps head is always one of the unique factors because the weights are light enough that these guys could easily do 5 touch-and-go reps.
Right.
But none of them are probably going to do that.
I wonder if they watched Hopper take down Sprague at the last reps ahead, seeing that touch and go does not indeed pay off.
No, and the fact that we've had 4 pro matches already, all of them are available for these athletes to go back and study and watch, gives them, that chance to learn from others' mistakes. Tudor and Cole, the first one's out the gate here, and while it's a new sequence, they've both thought a lot about what's going to be in my favor if this match goes 1, 2, 3, or 4 rounds.
I heard Tudor's been working on that engine of his. I mean, he's been with various coaches over the years, and this most recent one, he was telling me about it yesterday. He's been putting in work, and I do not think that you're correct on what you're saying there in relation to Cole.
I mean, this is what I expected here. We got about just under a minute left in the first round, and Tudor came out hot, but he's only got that 1 rep advantage. And a lot of times in reps ahead, if you can just stay close to your opponent, it's kind of like just staying off their shoulder on a long run.
Oh, no, that never works out for the guy who's behind.
Except for Ricky Garrard at Rogue, event 1.
I meant that the other way, actually. It always works out for the guy behind.
Still about a 1.5 rep lead for Tudor here. We're getting into the last 30 seconds of this interval. And it's pretty nice. We're sitting right in front of him. You can watch the breathing patterns. It seems to be extremely deliberate from Cole and a little bit more subtle from Tudor.
You know what else something we can do with something like this is we can do prop bets on when they take their shirts off.
Hopefully it's not during a working interval, but in between the 2nd and 3rd rounds, rest intervals when I see it coming.
After maybe 5 to 10 iterations of this, we might have coaches in their corner trying to talk them up, just like a boxing match. There he is.
I don't know if either of these guys brought their coach here. We did allow for them to have one coach's pass that could be kind of on the sidelines here. But this is the other unique part of reps ahead, is that when there's these rest intervals, you got the chairs right there and you're sitting directly at each other. Small things will start to materialize over these rounds where you'll see athletes that will take sips of water or not, athletes that will towel off or not. And so far, Cole has done almost nothing.
And Tudor is toweling off his hands. Now, he told me before he goes brain dead during the workout, which is why I gave him the nickname Tudor Brain Dead Magda, and it seems like he's rather with it right now.
No, he looks extremely focused, and honestly, even his breathing is exactly what I saw yesterday when he was practicing intervals of this.
Yeah, are you rethinking your decision yet?
No, right now the match is exactly where I thought it would be, and let's see here if Tudor's able to capitalize and get a couple more reps ahead.
We're going to change you from the Godfather and Dr. Strange with this vision of the future that you have in play right here.
That's early. We got 4 matches. Nothing's happened yet. But Tudor does get that quick advantage on the muscle up again. And even if you just look at their receiving positions, Tudor receives a little bit higher. And over the course of, they're basically doing 2+ rounds of muscle ups every time. It's about a quarter of a second maybe on that press out. And that does make a difference.
Tudor's picking it up. He's not, he didn't step down on that first one. He does not have to step off the top of the box. They cleared that up earlier.
Right. Tonight, because the burpee is in play, they can jump off and go into the burpee, obviously, because it prevents the rebounding. Tomorrow, when it's just box jump overs, the step down is in play.
Which is exactly how they should have had it during the quarterfinals this year. Who needs to step down a burpee box jump over?
I don't think anyone's going to argue with you on that one.
Tudor takes a half step back, Cole into the bar every single rep. That might make a difference.
Yeah, at the elite level, you'll
Tudor's
definitely will notice different with the athletes that are really deliberate about staying close to the bar, and Cole is almost moving towards it rather while Tudor is taking that half step back, as you say.
I'll be entirely honest with you. I don't like the look on Tudor's face. Meaning I like the look on Cole's face.
A little bit more calm?
A little bit more calm, and a little goes a long way on a workout like this.
Yeah, Tudor's opening up a lead here, though. 6 reps. He's doubled the advantage that he had, 4 reps more than he had in the previous round.
Cole with a little bit of a hang up on the top of that bar. He had to make sure his elbows locked out. It cost him a fraction of a second. That's going to mean something.
And one thing that has been a pretty critical factor in the history of reps ahead is when you start having to break on the gymnastics, unless you're really good at something else, it's usually the death sentence.
The gymnastics portion is the death sentence.
If you have to break there, because that's where you start to really lose a lot of time, especially when all the athletes are doing singles on the barbell. There's not a lot of other time opportunity to really make up some ground. But Cole's starting to move a little bit slow on these burpees.
I hope he rips off a bunch of them in a row right here, jumps on the bar, and gets a commanding lead. That would be something.
Yeah, this is Tudor. Tudor has an opportunity. I think he should be going for the touch and go reps here. He could close this out in the next 20 seconds if he did.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, Brian. It's a saying I've heard my entire life.
And it's like, this is the part of, James and Malachi, who we'll see in the next match, have the reps ahead experience of knowing when is the time to push within the interval.
Get on that bar, Tudor. Prove me right. Come on. Get up there. Yeah, that's a big rep.
Could be a huge rep.
That was an aggressive sit into that chair. It really meant something that he got his butt there as quick as he could.
Look at their body language now.
What are you looking at?
Cole is breathing at least twice as hard as he was after the first round, and Tudor can't seem to get comfortable in his chair. He's leaning back, he's leaning forward, he's moving his feet around.
To be fair, we're sitting in the same chairs and they're not very comfortable.
Especially not after they've done both 4 rounds of that sequence and then a little bit of change for Tudor.
Is he taking the chalk off of his grips? Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, so there's been like no chalk grips introduced into the market recently, which obviously helps with the transition times. And like you said earlier, he was toweling off the pull-up bar as well. So I think he is trying to keep those clear.
You think that over at the HWPO camp, maybe Greashaber could have picked up on that one? Unless he's in the preference. Those look like victory grips.
10 seconds to go till the start of the 3rd round. Magda had a 2-rep lead after round 1, a 5-rep lead after round 2. I still feel like the match is going exactly as I thought it would, but Greashaber looked pretty tired at the end of that round. And if he doesn't get the mental fortitude to realize that Phil talked to you guys about the pendulum match. That's when one person gets close to winning and then gasses out. And Cole has to stay in the mindset that could happen to Tudor.
He talked about that at length last night and how, that was an interesting, okay. What are we doing, Tudor?
It could be wobbly legs. It could have just been a little trip on the dismount from the bar.
I do not like the way Tudor's coming up out of that burpee. And you just brought up the pendulum. And Phil brought up multiple pendulum swings in the past.
Yeah, but Cole's not moving any faster than him here.
The crowd's getting into it behind us.
That pretty much is inevitable. And look at this. Tudor wants to stop.
He doesn't want to stop. He's going to stop.
And he's got some blood on the leg. He's stumbling to the bar, but Cole glanced over at him, and now he's going to see him on the ground here. This is where Cole Greashaber has to go to that spot and say, he's hurting more than me. He's got 1 rep back on him. He's going to be 2 reps back here, pulling that closer.
This is something I've never seen in a reps ahead match before, and I'm wondering if Tudor's like, hey, I got this rep lead. I'm just going to hang on to it, and we're going to see what happens in the final round.
He's got 1:15 left to go in this interval, and it just took him 25 seconds to do 1 rep.
And now we see Cole slowing down. I was telling everybody, this bar, while people are like, oh, it's 165, it hurts. 165 hurts.
This is pain, and this is opportunity for Cole. Take 2 breaths before you jump up to this bar, hit 7 in a row, and take the lead going into the final round.
Tudor. So what we saw coming off of that bar muscle, the wobbly legs, that's just hurting in general. He's hurting everywhere.
Was not a trip. It's carried out throughout this round. And I mean, his face, like he's losing motor control of his body right here. For the first time, Cole Greashaber is going to have the green number on his side of the screen.
Would that be a pendulum, Brian? That just happened?
That is a pendulum swing. There is such thing as a double pendulum.
What does
Even
that even
rarer.
mean? How is that even possible?
That would mean that what's happening to Tudor right now ends up happening to Cole, and Tudor somehow rallies from it and gets it back. But Tudor, I mean,
Tudor can get zeros if he hangs on to this right here. Oh, that is a heavy descent. A heavy descent, Brian.
yep, he's completely lost it. You still have 10 seconds in this interval, and I mean, you have to get 10 reps ahead, but Cole was 5 reps behind to start this, and now he's 5 reps ahead. He's made up 10 reps in this interval alone. Cole's going to get one more rep here, and he's going to take a 5-rep lead to the last interval, and the whole narrative changes now for Cole Greashaber.
I have no idea what you mean by that. You're going to have to fill me in. What is the narrative?
Well,
He's
now
got
there's
it.
only one round left, and all that he has to do is finish this round 1 rep ahead of Tudor, and he has 5 reps to play with. So he doesn't have to get a knockout.
That mental component, he has to sit there. What's up? This is reps ahead. Phil just came over and goes, this is reps ahead, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see a double pendulum swing. If
I
my
want to throw
prediction's
this out
correct.
here. I want to throw this out here, and just in case anyone's listening, because what we just said is exactly true. Cole does not have to get a knockout in this round in order to win the match. He just has to finish the 2.5-minute interval at least 1 rep ahead. Something that I want to see in the future of reps ahead is a knockout bonus, where if you knock it out, extra money in your pocket that gives him an incentive in a scenario like this to go for the kill.
Knockout bonus sponsored by whoever wants to do that.
Hiller Fit.
I could do that. I'm in. I can give him like 10 or 20 bucks. Come on, Cole. 20 bucks your way, baby.
Final round of Lindsay for our first match of the night. We got 4 semifinals tonight, and Cole Greashaber, who was trailing after both the first and second round, pulled the pendulum in round 3. The question is, can he hold on here? Tudor still looks like he's hurting.
I think that Tudor doesn't like sitting in that chair for a minute going like, oh my God, I got to get back out there. And this dude looks fresher than me.
Holy
and I
cow.
can't come off of this bar. Oh no, the wiggles.
Yeah, and I mean,
Brian, this looked like me during the quarterfinals workout with the wall balls.
you or Taylor?
That, well, both, I suppose. Both.
Well, we're at 7 here, ticking towards 10. And I think that we're only a matter of seconds away from our first knockout of the night.
You know, they
Greashaber-
got his body weight wrong in the thing. We saw all 210 pounds go straight to the floor right there.
Oh my goodness, man. That's 8. And he's going to the barbell. Cole Greashaber is about
He's going to go for the
kill here.
throat. For the throat. Touch and go, baby.
I don't think he has it in him. I mean, as much as Tudor's hurting, you know Cole's hurting too. He's handling it a little bit better, but he's 2 reps away here. The crowd's yelling at him. Tudor's glancing behind him.
He doesn't even got to go touch and go.
Still 2 reps away. Can Tudor even lift the barbell at this point?
He
He's
does have a
fighting.
400-pound clean and jerk. I would be shocked.
I'm loving that Tudor is not throwing in the towel here.
Absolutely not.
He does not
He
want to
does
get
not want
knocked
to
out by
give
this
Cole
man.
that $20 for my wallet.
And in the transition here, he's got the chance to pull a rep or 2 back. He looks over at Cole. Cole's kneeling on the ground.
I don't know what's going through Cole's mind right now, but it's nothing good.
I think he's thinking what I was talking about is I don't have to knock him out.
Interesting. He's
He's got
saving it for
45
tomorrow.
seconds, maybe. But he's up on the bar. If he does 7 in a row here, we will get a knockout. You may not even need to get to 7. We got 35 seconds till the end of the round.
Oh, that bar is up.
That's
He's
a
got to
rep.
do
He's got
another
to do
one.
one more. 1 rep for Cole Greashaber. And Cole Greashaber knocked out in round 4 at 2 minutes over Tudor Magda to kick things off at the Pro 5 tournament. 1 in the friend column, 0 for Hiller.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I'm going to have some words with Tudor. I'm upset with him. I'm not driving him home tonight. That's for sure.
Wow. Well, if you weren't, I mean, look at Cole Greashaber, dude, out there on the floor. He's holding his hand up and he's now standing up, giving the thumbs up. He says, ow.
How he says.
Yeah, we talked about it. I talked about it with Sean when we were watching this in California. I mean, these athletes are really good, and sometimes it doesn't look like what we saw from Tudor. You know, Cole held it together, but that's not easy to do.
Looks pretty easy from the Tudor perspective.
We're gonna hopefully get Greashaber over here into the studio. We'll get him some water and bring him back. I mean, obviously these guys are hurting, but we're gonna try to bring the winners of each match into the studio to give you guys an account of how it was out there on the floor. Tudor has still not
I think I
moved.
actually want Tudor over here.
That's gonna be.
Slump that dude. Dude, Cole's got some boobies on it.
Do you have an unopened bottle of water with you?
I do. I got you.
Let's pull up a chair and get Cole Greashaber in the studio.
That's for you, sir.
Flip it in.
Yeah, dude. We got to move that thing down a little bit.
All right.
How you doing, baby?
That hurt. Honestly, the second round hurt the worst out of the 4. By far, the first one, I knew if I went out any hotter, that it just wouldn't do the good things for that last round. So
I got to ask you, was that part of the plan? Did that go exactly as planned for you?
yeah, I was hoping to have a better cadence on my burpees, but I just trusted myself and it worked out. I knew that he went out hot. As we were talking in the back, universally that 2 rounds is a good clip. And we both got more than 2 rounds off the rip. I think he got 2+ a muscle up or something on the second one.
Yep.
But it's the next rounds that are even harder. So
I saw you in the second round. Did it? And it looked like me like it was like flashing through your mind. Like, do I just throw in the towel here?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. That was the only round where it looked to me like you were like doubting yourself in the ring. Was round 2.
I just knew that I had to get to the next round and then I'd give myself a chance. But if I kicked the pace any harder on the burpees, I was in big trouble.
And in,
So-
in round 3, you said you were feeling a little better. Did it help watching that? Could you see Tudor slowing down or fading out?
I could. Yeah, especially on the burpees. And like I was too. It hurt. I'm not sure why it hurt so much worse than training, but it sure did.
Is
I'm
it
gonna
anything to
blame
do
the
with the fact
altitude.
that you got a little bit more of that first couple of 2.5-minute segment?
Can you say that again?
You bit off a little bit more than you could chew in practice and training. You said 2 rounds would be a good clip, and just because you went a little harder in the beginning, maybe the entire thing hurt worse the entire round through.
100%. Yeah, that is so true. The bigger the anaerobic burst, the more it really stings.
It's like doing 50 calories on an assault bike in a minute versus 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you just rammed it in there and it hurts.
Completely different workout.
Oh, yeah.
Did it? That was like 10 minutes of work. You just won 2K. How's that feel?
I'll take it. You know, it's a couple of years ago at the games. I think I won $3,000 in 3:38. So I'll get back to there, but you know.
Well, that was pretty good start to the night. Are you going to stick around and watch James and Malachi?
I got it. I got to see who I'm going against.
You got any?
James is looking at you.
Yeah.
Staring at you.
James is that guy.
He's trying to steal your power with his eyes. Are you into
He's
that sort of
tremendous out
thing?
there.
Are you into
He's
that sort of
solid.
thing?
What's that?
Are you into that sort of thing? He's stealing your soul with his eyes. James, I heard he can do
It
that.
depends on how bad I'm hurting.
So when you see Tudor over there writhing in pain, feel pretty good from your perspective? You're like, I just put that dude in a hole.
You know, the way he portrayed himself on round 3 and 4, that's how I felt during 1 and 2, but I tried to mask it. So I think it's just a game of not showing it.
First time doing a reps ahead match.
Yeah.
Different than a CrossFit workout just every other day, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do you notice?
The pressure after round 1, it was like I was down 3 reps, and then the next round I was down 2 more, sorry. And it was just like, okay, I need to make sure that I keep my cadence, and he's going to run his race and I'll run mine. I hope I land ahead. So,
Cool. Way to kick butt. Congrats on the 2K.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, we'll
Good
see
to
you
see you
tomorrow
guys.
night in the finals.
All right, let's do it.
Both